really nice finish in here. It's really comfortable, it's quiet. I think both Mercedes and BMW have got a big threat here with this car. So welcome to the inside of the Genesis G80. So let's get started then. Controls down on the right hand side to electronically control the seat, get in a nice driving position. Foot on the clutch, on the brake, press the start button. Everything fires into life in this amazing looking infotainment system. It's so modern in here. It really is. You've got a 14-inch screen over this side, that's a 12-inch. But let's get going anyway. Just going to turn this blower down. So this is all touch. It's a really nice implementation of touch here. So we've got haptic feedback, which is brilliant. I've driven quite a few cars recently that don't have anything like that. So just quickly, we're going to get going though. Turn this dial around to the right and wait for this chapter to go across, and we're off. So yeah, we've got this twiddly wheel here, which is your gear selector, and just behind that we've then got another twiddly looking wheel which controls the infotainment system. Need to make sure I don't get those two muddled up. Now this is a very, very advanced car. There's so much tech on here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it justice in the short amount of time I've got this thing. It's beautiful though. We've got in this particular model this black leather. It really is a classy place to be in here. It's white stitching, brown wood that runs across here. Let's get cracking. First of all, I think we're going to the more of the handling type course and see how this gets on. It's not really meant for chucking around the bends and putting a grin on your face in that way. This is all-wheel drive. It's got the 2.5 litre turbocharged engine, and yeah, so it's no slouch. But for me, it's not really about hooning it around, although it is nice if it's got that ability to do so. I'm in auto at the moment. We have got paddle shifters either side of the steering wheel, so we can have a little bit of a play with them a bit later on once we've hit this main Alpine off-road course thing. I'm not sure the exact name of it, but in front of it the digital cockpit is lovely. It's got like a 3D effect on it. I don't think it's going to be coming across on camera, but you can actually change that, I think, to be flat. But I really like the way it is. We've got so many gadgets and widgets on here, it's unbelievable. But I suppose the main ones, we've got the active cruise control, lane assist. So you've got like an augmented reality for sat nav, which is quite cool. So it will have ahead of you what's happening using the front facing cameras, and then it will overlay the directions on top of that, which is awesome. But really, let's talk about the driving experience. So I think we're going to go over to doing this manually, and we'll progress on at some speed. Not particularly going to push it too much because, like I said, I don't think it's meant for driving at a rapid rate of knots. If I can, I'll push it. It's a big old car, this. I mean, it's up against the E-Class and the 5 Series. So, still putting a grin on my face. It's doing a good job. It's keeping up with that Cooper in front of us, no problem whatsoever. Foot down, kick down, picks up, it's no slouch at all. So it's absolutely fine for this sort of driving. So if you do want to give it the beans on some tight and twisty stuff, you can do. Accelerate hard. And brake. Not much body roll at all. Steering is okay. It's a little bit, maybe a little bit loose. Oh, let's get up this hill. Come on, kick down. There we go. Could maybe do with a bit more power, I suppose. But I'm not sure you'd find many roads quite like this. Certainly not in a luxury car. You wouldn't be hooning it around that often. Over the crest. Is it going to go light? No, not really. So that's probably quite a heavy car as well. So it's very enjoyable, this. So what we're going to do now, we're going to head over to the high-speed section of the course and see how we get on there, because this is going to be very much at home sitting on a motorway, certainly in the UK, doing 70 miles an hour, and this was somewhere in Europe, especially like on the German autobahns, doing 155 miles an hour. Obviously the bowl we can't do it, we can do up to 100. The seats have just tightened up on me, so we're doing 90. Wow, this is quiet. Very, very little noise at all. Oh, this is lovely. It's a little bit of wind noise, but there again we are doing quite high speed, so it's not exactly surprising. We're going into a UK speed limit of 70 miles an hour. There we go, so that's 70. This is normal cruising speeds on a motorway. That's very good, that really is. So I've got lane assist on now, so I've pressed this button over here. So in theory, it should, which it is. I'm not doing anything. Look, Mum, no hands. Wow, that's impressive. So BMW and Mercedes, I think they have got a big threat here. This car is very, very good, very capable, very comfortable. It's so well put together. It's absolutely crammed full of tech. It looks good and it's cheaper. So if you can look beyond the badge, you know, I can understand if you particularly do want a BMW and Mercedes and what that represents, fair enough. But the Genesis, this is cool. This is a really good car. It'll make a lot of sense if you're after a premium car, but maybe want to save a few pennies. And to be honest, who doesn't want to save a few pennies? So thank you to Genesis UK for lending me the car. It's been pretty awesome. I think it looks good, it drives well, it handles well, quiet, full of gadgets. Yeah, maybe a bit more power would be nice. I think that's the only downside, and you really got to spend some time looking around the different controls because there's a huge amount of tech here. I've only touched the surface on what this car has. You'd need a lot longer, probably a few days with the car in order to understand it a bit better. But even so, hopefully I've given you an idea of what this Genesis G80 is about in this short video. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Comments are always welcome, and remember to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.